Hello, welcome to MBS Academy. Today we're talking to Leigh Bodin, who is our core restore instructor. Leigh is also an expert in women's health and does talks with menopause and is a nutrition coach. Welcome, Leigh.
Thank you,
Thank
Jackie.
you for joining me today.
Thank you.
First of all, tell me a little bit about yourself and your background.
Right. So I work as a health coach. So I strongly believe that for someone to improve their health, there's 3 different tiers involved. So it's the exercise and movement element, it's the nutrition and eating habits element, and it's the self-care and lifestyle. So what I try to do is help individuals bridge the gap between the 3 and create a balanced life so they, in essence, can get off this roller coaster of fad diets and extreme exercise and nutrition regimes.
Absolutely. I think
Yes.
creating a lifestyle is the most important thing, isn't it?
Yes, and one that fits in with your everyday life. Anyone can do, follow a diet for short term, but to actually make to have long-standing results. I see a lot of people who initially want to lose weight, so that is their main goal. And of course, following any diet, you can have weight loss for the short term, but I encourage my clients to look at long-term goals. So how can they change their eating habits and exercise habits to support weight loss for the longer term? And it's actually not only about weight loss, because as I said, initially clients come to me and that's their goal. And then they realize after they set up these habits of exercising regularly, doing exercise that fits their body and their lifestyle, and the same thing with the nutrition and eating habits, it has such a carry-on effect to their blood work. So I'm coming back with clients who have completely changed their health markers, and they can see it on paper.
Excellent.
Because they see that how they've followed their results from doctor's visits for years, and then how it can change even within a month's time.
Right.
So I think that's the most rewarding for me.
Yeah.
And then because there are so many other health benefits that come from making these changes, and weight loss is just one.
So it's life-changing. Really is life-changing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it's really, I work with clients to make it long-term so that they don't keep having to find that shiny new diet that everyone, loves to think like, oh, this is the one and this is going to be it. But there's a little bit more work involved. But I try to adapt it to their lifestyle so it doesn't seem like such a big shift.
Yeah.
And we do it bit by bit.
Yeah, yeah. So it's very much about the individual and the individual understanding themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
And what works for them.
Yes, I encourage all my clients to write their own owner's manual. So to find out what is good for their body at an individual level and kind of tune out. We get a lot of mixed signals and messages from the media, and it's hard to know what's true and what's not true. So I try to lay out the basics for them and then let them choose what works for them, what makes their body feel good, and give them that space and tune everybody else out, whether it's their mom, their cousin, their sister, their brother, whoever is giving advice. They just tune it out and we concentrate on what's working and what's good for them.
Yeah. What type of clients do you currently attract?
So like we said, it can be a weight loss client or someone who just feels like they need a change. A lot of my clients are women, but not all. I do train men as well. As you mentioned, I specialize in women's health, so I understand the different stages that women go through. And so a lot of my clients are in their mid-40s and they're moms. And so they may be entering that slope of perimenopause where there's some other things going on with the body. Sometimes there's hormonal changes that happen. There's quite a quick onset of hormonal changes. So they're a little bit frustrated with their bodies. What they've done before to stay in shape or to keep weight off no longer works for them. So in essence, we're kind of restarting.
Yeah.
So the brilliance of working with building in nutrition and exercise and lifestyle habits is that they're adaptable to any stage of life.
Yeah.
So even if someone's coming to me in their 40s or 50s, we set up these habits that they're happy with, their lives are running well, and makes them feel good. So when you get a little bit older in your 60s or 70s, they just adapt the habits. There's no big lifestyle changes to make.
I think it's really important not to forget men in this situation as well, isn't
Yes.
it? Because, they also can have the same issues with food and diet and weight
Absolutely.
management.
Yeah.
And even women that are going through perimenopause and menopause, they're usually with a partner, and it's going to be quite important for the partner to understand what's going on.
Yes,
as well.
and the same for men. They take on a lot of stress. They feel this social role of being the head of the family and the provider. And with that, they kind of put their health on the side because their drive is being the provider. And so in essence, working a lot, and we're all working too much, and it's so socially acceptable. And so, you're absolutely right. I encourage men to also get their health in line. And in fact, I work with many busy professionals.
Yeah.
And so they're on the other side of that scope. They're traveling a lot. They're eating out in restaurants.
Yeah.
They're not taking the time to exercise. So it's a system that can work really well for them as well. And it's just about making the right choices for you. And having a coach allows you to have that accountability.
Yes.
So I'm there emailing them, okay, you're in Singapore this week. So what are you doing for your exercise?
Yes.
What'd you eat today? So until I'm there, as their backup, as their accountability, until they make those habits automated, and then it just becomes second nature.
Well, it's the support, isn't it? And
yes.
And men generally, it's well known, are find it harder to reach out for that support than women do. So I do think that it's important to remember that men also need you as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a human thing, and we all do better when we have that accountability, and that is the point of having a coach.
Yeah.
And having a coach that gives you the space to figure things out on an individual level, but also is there to hold you accountable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about Core Restore, which are classes that you run at MBS Academy?
Yes. So here at MBS, I have my studio class, which is Core Restore. And this is both for men and women. And it's really about developing a strong core and using that to enhance the back as well. Yes. So we work the 4 core muscles plus the glutes. Anyone who trains with me knows you're going to train your glutes. And so with these exercises, because it's a studio class and it's indoors, we can concentrate on also working a lot of the stabilizing and the secondary muscles. So through this class, I use, it's basically a mat class, but we also use resistance bands, Swiss ball. I do bring in some weights to challenge people, and of course just body weight as well. And so with the women, we do a section in the beginning where we're connecting our breath to our pelvic floor. And so this would be a great class for women who have any underlying pelvic floor dysfunction that's been diagnosed. They can tell me about how they've been diagnosed, and I can help them create a connection with their breath, and then we bring that over into their exercise routine as well. And this is also a great course for pre and postnatal moms as well, because that pelvic floor area is also affected before and after giving birth. So, but overall, because the course is for anyone, it's great. Anyone who's looking to get back into exercise in a gentle way or post rehab, because we are working a lot on all those stabilizing muscles of the back, the ankles, knees, the ones that tend to get overlooked when in other classes we do strength training. So we're working on the big muscles. This gives us the opportunity to work all those fine muscles as well.
Yeah. And I think it's often overlooked, isn't it, how important the core is for the back.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Lots of people that have back problems can be solved or resolved because if they strengthen their core.
Yes. And the core plus the glutes are drivers of good health. And those are generally overlooked. So we build them in a way that's functional for everyone. You don't have to do big extreme movements. You just have to get in there and dedicate some time to some of these muscles.
So how can people get hold of you?
So here on the Côte d'Azur, my training company is Fit Nutrition. So we have a Facebook page. We're on Instagram, and via our website is the best place. And of course, to stop by MBS.
Absolutely. And to find you on the MBS Academy website.
Yes.
All your information's on there. And there's also a contact page for you. So people can get hold of you via the website for MBS
absolutely.
Academy. Well, thank you ever so much. It's been really interesting, and I hope we chat again soon.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you. Thank you very much for watching and listening to the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell if you want to receive notifications about the other interviews that will be taking place. Please help us to help you. Look forward to talking to you again. Thank you very much.